Hi Aries, welcome to your reading. I love this reading for you guys this time around because it's really specific. They're not always this specific. Often it's about a certain energy or something that we need to work on with ourselves, or something about the past or the future maybe, but this is really circumstantial. It's like the three layers of cards are each pointing to three different things, which are very particular in the story, which I am about to reveal. So let's get into it. So the cards are looking to ask you, the cards are asking you to look at your ancestral past. So to literally look at your family tree. If you can, contact an aunt or a grandmother, or ask even your mother, if she has, whoever has access to the information about the family tree or your ancestors. But for some reason I'm getting the sense that you need to ask a woman this question. Find out from this person in your life if they can help you trace back. Because in looking at the family tree and then looking at people's occupations, you will find out some information which will guide you to the next step in your career. This is very career focused, by the way, this reading. There's someone in your ancestral past, it might even be 5, 6, 7 generations back, that did something that you're looking to do now, which is different to what you were doing. And to have this information will guide you onto the right career track, because I think you're maybe looking at a few different things, and it will inspire you, and it will sort of click something, or maybe it'll be a career that you hadn't thought about, or that you thought you wanted to do something, and then you found out this information from this family tree and you were like, oh wow, that's like a more specialized version of what I want to do, or how funny that my great grandmother did this, worked with, I don't know, weaving, or I'm going to go into this in a bit, but tapestries and flowers are coming up like incredibly strongly in this reading. Obviously, when I speak about gender in my readings, it can be reversed man or woman, doesn't need to be, the readings are not gender specific. However, with this ancestral energy, I am very much seeing that you need to ask a female person in your life, in your family, to help you look at the family tree and get this information. That person is definitely a woman who's doing that. Now, as your central card, you have the Chariot, which is literally you moving forward. So that's wonderful. This is towards your new career, or your new, this sort of change of life that you're embarking on. We have the Hierophant as your guiding energy, which is a master, a mentor, a tutor, someone who is wise, who has your best interests at heart, and who is helping you on your voyage forwards on this chariot. We've also got the Emperor here, which is giving you the confidence and the kind of clarity that you need to sit on the chariot and to look at your options and to kind of really understand what your options are and which the best option is. Which option is best? Sorry, I'm sort of tripping over my words a little bit. I'm quite excited about this reading, as you can probably tell. Now, there are some things you're going to have to get over. Changing career is difficult. Working on a new project is difficult. It might not be a change of career. It could just be, just a new kind of project within your remit that maybe requires you to have new skills, and those skills are skills that were in your family several generations back. Now, at the moment, you're having a few sleepless nights. You're maybe waking up in the night and you feel like you're a prisoner a little bit of your own fate. I think you feel a little bit dissatisfied in your current career. This is you at night in the bed, sort of holding your head in your hands, you know, very anxious, a lot of anguish. But it's funny because that window that's in front of you, that sort of prison-like structure, I see that as being something that isn't real. I think it's fictitious. I think it's just in your head. That doesn't really exist. So you need to find a way of getting rid of that structure in your life, that kind of fake anxiety that you think is that dread. You think something bad's going to happen. I'm not seeing it in these cards at all. You need to literally walk off of the edge. We need to walk away from the precipice, not towards it. You need to move forwards. But by moving forward, you're not jumping off a cliff. You're, just continuing down the road towards the rainbow. This card is literally asking you to walk away from the balcony and not to jump off. What you need to do is jump off into a cascade of abundance, not jump off to your death. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about committing suicide, but don't let your mind go to those dark places where you think you're going to fail at something, because you're not. Basically, you're not going to fail at anything at all. You will have to choose wisely, though. Choisir avec sagesse. To choose wisely in French. Now, do you see in this card you've got 5 hands and 2 birds? Those 5 hands are the different parts of the decision process that you have to embark on, and the 2 birds are the 2 different outcomes. Now, both outcomes are positive. Both of these birds are flying towards abundance. That's fine. But one of them is more successful than the other, is what I'm getting from these cards. And these hands are telling you to consider your options wisely in terms of who you collaborate with. That's you in the center of this card, and there are 6 people around you who you're having to choose from. Now, obviously, normally these cards are not as literal as this. I mean, this is the Destiny card. I focus more on these cards as metaphors for larger meanings normally, but for some reason in this reading, the more literal significance of the cards is really like jumping out at me and forcing me to speak about the cards in this way. So there are literally 6 people around you. So are you directing a film where you have to choose between 6 actresses or 6 actors? Are you about to go into business with someone and or are you about to rent a shop or something, and there are 6 agencies you're looking at, or 6 properties you're looking at? There's six options, and you're having to choose which option it is. Now, a lot of people want to help you. 5 people are going to try and help you. Some good, some bad. You're going to have to decide who's good and who's bad. Maybe you only need one of these people to help you. Maybe you're thinking about business partners and there are loads of investors as potential options for your business to change and grow, and so you're looking at 5 different business partners to help you. So these are helping hands, right? And these are actual choices, more kind of choices in the physical world. So, properties. Are you a florist choosing between 6 different kinds of flowers for your opening shop window display? Something like this, something really specific. Like maybe you're a jeweler and you want to start a jewelry line, and you're like, I've only got enough money to start with making a line of rings or a line of earrings or a line of necklaces, but I've got to choose which one of those things it's going to be. Are you an artist working with models and you can only afford to shoot 1 model for now? And that's okay. You just start with 1, see how the others develop, but you're having to choose between 6 options. Maybe a male model, a female model. Is the male model wearing clothes? Is he not? Is he in a house, or is he outside? all of these, there is basically all of these creative choices that you have to make, and 5 hands available to you, and you're not going to choose all of them. Obviously, 5 is a lot. You might just choose one, but choose wisely. So, you know, choisir avec sagesse. Be wise in your choice. Very important for the final outcome. The outcome's success will be dependent on how you choose, and there's a lot of choice here, isn't there, as to who you collaborate with and how you're going to what your product is going to be. Now, again, normally the cards are not so literal to me, but they're very literal in this case. This lady is offering some kind of receptacle which contains flower. I think that's maybe why I'm thinking a lot about flowers. I'm sorry, the receptacle contains water, and so that's why maybe I'm thinking about florists. This lady is literally weaving a tapestry. Now, normally this is a card of manifestation and imagination, lots of other sort of more metaphorical kind of bigger picture signifies, but for some reason I'm looking at this as a literal person who's weaving, selling textiles, rugs, cushions, a florist, and then I'm seeing this lady's holding the skull of an animal. You know, are you opening an interior design shop? That kind of thing. It's very interesting because the cards don't normally speak like this to me, in such a literal way. But yeah, you're definitely involved in the arts in some way, working with flowers, objects, textiles. And there are some models or something involved for sure. Maybe you're an interior designer or like a stylist for houses. And you've got you're interviewing 6 assistants and you're having to choose one. Something like this, yeah. Something like this, very specific this time, which is always interesting how these readings kind of pan out. I'm not loving this energy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not loving this poor soul who's, you know, not sleeping at night and asking too many questions, a little bit anxious about what's coming. But as I said, in this instance, you're really a prisoner of your own anxiety. It's not that prison isn't necessarily real, or if it's real, it's, you know, not to undermine what you're going through. I'm sure what you're going through is real, but it feels real, but it's not actually something that you can't reconcile with. Like, it's something that can go away if you want it to go away. Maybe you're addicted to the anxiety. Maybe the anxiety is kind of helping you forwards, but it's not really serving you. It's kind of pointless. Like, you do need to sleep at night. So like, if you don't have to be anxious, why bother with it? Because it's making you tired and a bit kind of discontented. You're a little bit like, ugh. Because you're tired, because you're anxious, and the anxiety is not actually serving you. Sometimes anxiety does serve us, but I don't think it is serving you with this project. Now, this anxiety leads me to la petite roue de la médecine, which is the little wheel of health. There's the other one, the other card in this pair is the large wheel of health, which usually speaks of, you know, quite important health concerns. This is a lesser health concern, something quite minor, but that is connected with your anxiety or with your lack of sleep. Are you maybe taking some antidepressants? Are you maybe taking, I don't know, something to help you sleep? And is that what's creating this kind of fake prison mode during the day, where you kind of think that you're in a worse state than you actually are in? Anyway, whatever it is that you're taking, it might just be that you're, you know, self-medicating with alcohol or something else. I don't know, anything that sort of you think is making you calmer. I'm not sure that thing is making you calmer. I think it's actually creating anxiety, and it's a fake anxiety that you could actually get rid of if you stopped doing whatever it is that you're doing, which ironically is actually not helping you at all with your anxiety. It's creating a veil and a layer the following day, which is making you depleted. So yeah, let's get rid of this, because these three energies are not helping us. And by this I mean this self-medication that you're doing. It's pointless. And let's go more towards these creative pursuits involving objects, however that resonates with you. And let's make sure that we make the right choices by choosing the right people to work with. And then, if we do that, the gift comes. I mean, I just love this man's cloak, it's so beautiful. It's just pure abundance and knowledge and wisdom, and you know, he's arrived and he's got this gift that he wants to give to the world. We can only give things to people when we've received, right? When we feel like we've received. We can only really be generous when we feel abundant or replenished, you know. We can only give others water to quench their thirst if we have water to give, right? Interestingly, this came up, I think, for Cancer. Or Leo, I can't remember, I think Cancer. Oubli and connaissance. Don't forget what someone has done in the past which didn't work out. There's one of these potential collaborators, one of these 6 people, whoever they are, actresses, assistants, potential florists, who the hell knows. Don't forget that one of these people, out of these 6 women, or 6 people, 6 men, whatever it is, you know one of them already. You've worked with them in the past, it didn't work out. For some reason you feel compelled to go back and work with them. But don't forget that they were useless and that they got on your nerves. So don't just select them because you've already worked with them. Sometimes the devil that you know isn't the best person. Yeah, I'd go for someone completely new. I would, relearn a relationship with someone. Start from scratch, connaissance. Go to a place of learning. Who is the person who is the most qualified for the job? There's someone in this group of 6 people who you're having to choose from who is the most adept at what you want them to do. Go with that person. Don't go with the person that you already know. That's coming out really clearly. It's funny because this person's holding that skull and this person's emptying the water, and she's really happy about emptying the water. Do you see that? I think what that's telling you to do is, instead of going with sort of more earthly energies, which basically is kind of stability, right? Try and tap into your water. I mean, you're a fire sign, you're Aries, you're made up of fire. Tap into your water, tap into your subconscious, tap into the opposite of what you would normally do. Don't follow the earth energy. It's a bit boring, it's a bit done. You've kind of done it. You've done that before. You've done the skull before. Choose the water. Do something with water. If you're a florist, maybe you're used to selling plants and you should be selling flowers, like earth and water, like that kind of thing. If you're an estate agent, maybe you're used to selling houses that are in the mountains, when really you should be focusing in towns that are by the sea. It's going to be more profitable, more interesting. You're going to enjoy living by the sea more than you're going to enjoy living by the mountains. Maybe you're opening an estate agency and you're choosing between a lake location or a mountain location. Something like this. I hope this is resonating with someone, because it's so specific. And as I said, my readings are not normally this specific. So that's really interesting. But yeah, movement forwards, for sure. This fake anxiety needs to go. Stop self-medicating. A gift is coming. Work with someone that you know and trust. Sorry, work with someone who you don't know, because the person that you know you can't trust. Choose wisely. It's funny because the title under this card is romantisme, which means romanticism, which again speaks to flowers and weddings and St. Valentine's Day and something to do with like the business of love. Maybe you're an artist who's a poet and who works with the spoken or written word, and you're going to write a poem about love. Anyway, whatever it is, I wish you all the best with it. Creative pursuits are always exciting. All is going to be well. Just, listen to what I said about who you choose. Exciting times for Aries, clearly. Lovely to speak to you. Please like, subscribe, or even message, leave a comment underneath. And see you guys soon. Bye.